This is Cup of Sunshine, your Friday podcast brought to you by the Phoenix Center team of the Deutsche Internationale Schule, Johannesburg.
Welcome. I'm Dr. Ursula Froschauer, the psychologist for the grade 5s to 12s at the Deutsche Internationale Schule in Johannesburg. Over the next few weeks, my colleagues Frau Fleck, Frau Schäfer, Frau Giessen and I are going to share some helpful hints and tips for managing life during the uncertain times of COVID-19. Today, I would like to speak about structure and routine in our lives. Before the South African government declared a state of disaster, it is likely that our lives were characterized by consistent and predictable structures and routines. We would wake up at the same time most mornings and go to bed at the same time most evenings. Meal times were most likely set, and everything that we had to do throughout the day followed a relatively predictable sequence. Times have changed, and consequently, we need to change to adapt to these new times. Some of us might have the freedom of waking up and going to bed whenever we feel like it, watching endless hours of Netflix, wearing our pajamas day in and day out, and eating enough food in one day to feed an army for a month. This kind of routine might work for us for a few days, but in the long run, we could be suffering the consequences of stress, anxiety, and depression. So, what needs to change? First of all, we need to create structure in an unstructured environment. Waking up and going to bed at the same time every day can be helpful to build the scaffolding for the structure. Here it might be helpful to consider how many hours of sleep you and those you live with require, and to build around that. For example, if you require 9 hours of sleep and want to wake up by 6 a.m., you will need to be sleeping by 9 p.m. Next, we need to think about your morning routine, because how the day starts can often determine how the day unfolds. Checking your messages or emails first thing can put you in a spin, and panic and anxiety can arise from that. Instead, consider easing into your day with a quiet moment of deep breathing, meditation, prayer, or reading something inspirational. Yoga and other forms of exercise, such as strength training and skipping, could be a great way to get your energy levels up for the day. If you find that having a quiet moment to yourself is not possible, invite those that you live with to join in on your morning routine. Now that you've started your day with more focus, plan your day. Plan meal times, meeting times, work times, time to relax, time to play, time with family. And if you didn't get to exercising in the morning, plan in time to exercise later in the day. For learners, it can be helpful to follow their normal timetable to ensure that they cover all the work given to them. Hopefully, with a clear structure in place, you will find getting into a familiar routine much easier. We generally feel safer and calmer when life is more predictable. So by creating a structure for your day and week, you'll be able to create a feeling of safety and calmness for yourself. I have noticed that people who are approaching their lockdown days and weeks with a plan seem to be coping much better than people who have unstructured days. That's all for today. I hope you'll join us next week for more helpful hints and tips for managing life during the times of COVID-19.